My dear students of Honors Part 4, you welcome to the class. You know, I am Siddhartha Shankar, an assistant professor in English in Government Horoganga College, Munshiganj. At the beginning, I would like to give you some instruction to be safe from COVID-19. You should avoid gathering, don't go outside unnecessarily, wash your hands with soap and use hand sanitizer, and never forget to use your mask when you go outside. Dear students, hopefully you will be safe and sound amid this COVID situation. Agamemnon was our topic. This is a classic tragedy. In my previous lecture, I have discussed on the family of Agamemnon and the hereditary guilt or the curse that was upon the family. And today I am going to give you an overview of the story, the Agamemnon. You know that the Agamemnon is a classic tragedy, and a classic tragedy follows the some certain rules, and it follows the three unities, that is unity of time, place and action. And the time should be the single revolution of sun, and that means within 24 hours the action of the tragedy should be completed. And in this current tragedy we will find that the action completes within 24 hours. And it is the unity of action means the story is tightly formed, and we can discard anything from it, or we can't add anything to it. This is a this story is such a compressed one that we cannot add anything, or we cannot subtract anything from this story. That would be a violation. And unity of place, and in this tragedy we will find that the action takes place in the royal palace of Argos, and in the single place it takes and the characters, all the characters are there in the palace of Argos. So therefore these three unities have been followed strictly in this tragedy, Agamemnon. The story begins with a watchman who was on duty on the place of Argos, and at the end of the night, when the day is at the end of the night, he observes a flame, a beacon of light, and it was an indicator that the Greek soldiers has won the battle against the Trojans. And after getting that indication, he came to Clytemnestra, the protagonist of this tragedy, and informed her about that. That Clytemnestra was in anger. He wanted to take revenge against Agamemnon because her daughter was sacrificed, and Agamemnon took her daughter away to sacrifice her to get the favor of the goddess of virginity, and the goddess of virginity is Artemis. And that was the reason that Clytemnestra is waiting. Basically, she was waiting to take revenge, to kill Agamemnon, and he was happy to know that she was happy to know that Agamemnon is coming back to the country. Then in the morning we met the chorus. Chorus are in this chorus is an indispensable part of a classic tragedy, and in this tragedy chorus plays a very vital role, and through the chorus we the readers or the audience are get involved, and they come to know about the background and the further incident through the chorus. And chorus of course plays the role of informer, and plays the role of the breeze between the audience and the that doers or players in that tragedy. From the chorus, we come to know the background, how, why Agamemnon has gone to the Trojan War, who are the people with Agamemnon, and what was the reason behind this great battle, what happened to the Trojans, and what happened to the Greeks, and why Iphigenia was sacrificed. These all information we get from the chorus. And when we are informed about all the incidents, a herald came, the informer came, and he gave the news that the Greeks have won the battle through a lot of sacrifice, though they have won the battle, but a lot of in cost of a lot of lives and blood, and a lot of sufferings was there for the Greeks to continue this long 10 years battle. And while they were coming back, the Menelaus, the brother of Agamemnon, was missing along with other great soldiers due to a storm. So lot of loss, lot of bloodshed, lot of violence. The Trojans were defeated, but it was also a great harm, the harm of the battle, for the great harm for the Greeks also. And Clytemnestra told the herald that you go to Agamemnon and please tell him to come as soon as possible. And Agamemnon came, and Clytemnestra arranged a red carpet reception for this great warrior Agamemnon. And red carpet is basically is for gods and goddesses of heaven. Only gods and goddesses are allowed to walk through red carpets. No mortal can walk through it. If any mortal walk through the red carpet, curse will be upon him, and gods and goddesses will be dissatisfied with that person. And Clytemnestra took that privilege. He allured Agamemnon to walk over red carpet. At the beginning, Agamemnon refused to walk because he knew that red carpet, it is not wise to walk through the red carpet for a mortal. Still he was instigated, or he was allured that he was a great hero, he won the battle, the great battle, therefore he deserves it. He was given so much praise by Clytemnestra that he finally walked over the red carpet, and therefore he violated, he basically dishonored the gods and goddesses. When Agamemnon went inside the palace, he told Cassandra to come inside. He ordered Cassandra, and before entering into the palace, Cassandra told the chorus that he can see the curse over this house, and Agamemnon is going to be killed. She is also going to be killed, but that Cassandra had a curse on her by Apollo, the god Apollo, that she has the power of prophesying, that he can give prophecy, but nobody will believe her. And that happened. Nobody believed that what is going to happen. And when Agamemnon went inside, Clytemnestra, in support of Aegisthus, killed Agamemnon, and she also killed Cassandra. And after killing, that dead body was brought. The two dead bodies, two corpses, were brought outside, and standing beside the corpse, Clytemnestra and Aegisthus declared themselves as the king or government of. They take over the rule of Argos officially. Here we see that Clytemnestra justifies her deed, saying that he has taken revenge, or she has avenged the date of uh, death of a loving daughter. And here the chorus comments that Orestes, the son of Agamemnon, will come from exile and he will avenge this murder. So here the story ends. So dear students, today I have tried to tell the total story in few minutes. In my later classes I will discuss some other important things from this great tragedy. So thank you for watching.